Hey guys, Fusebox back on Raid Shadow Legends, and we're going to go over the beauty of the Bolster set today. It's an amazing set. It comes through with the Forge Pass, and when the Forge Pass runs around, if you're not grinding that stuff out or actually getting the Forge Pass, I don't know, 10, 20 bucks or whatever, these gear sets are pretty amazing. So I'm starting to try to break down some of the best uses for some of the better gear sets, and Bolster certainly fits that bill. If you haven't seen my How Savage is Savage video, seriously, make yourself some teas, sit down and watch that thing. You won't believe the difference Savage makes. People always say it's stats over sets. That's not always true. It kind of blew my mind. Differences of even having more attack and like 100 more crit damage. It could keep up with gears that was that far beyond it. It's an amazing watch. So check it out. Today though, we're going over Bolster. And it is ridiculously good. So we're going to start with the shield set. We're going to talk about that. You get 30% of your HP as a shield for your entire team for 3 turns. This has always been a great way to protect yourself while you set up against a boss, and especially for Go Second arena teams. But there are a lot of heroes out there now, not just Madame Ceres, that can strip this off of you, right? A Gorgo could be out there, Madame Ceres, Rian. There's so many heroes. Now we've got these newer heroes like Uko. They can just take that right off of you, and it's like the shield was never there. Still useful, but the thing is, it doesn't work against the right team. And then you got things like Regeneration Set. Absolutely amazing. We use it to solo all kinds of bosses and dungeons. So it gives you 15% heal every turn. Also, you're wanting high HP, so that this heal is worth having. An amazing set. Well, Bolster came out, and we just got to go over what it does, the things that it's done for me and so many other accounts, and of course let everybody know what it's done for your account if you've had a great experience with it. If you've been ignoring it though, it's time to end that. So it's right down at the bottom right. It's the best of both worlds. You get 30% of your max HP as a shield for your entire team for 3 turns, except this shield can't be removed, and it heals you for 10% every turn. So this could be used for solo builds, solo runs, things like that. But the beautiful thing is, if you didn't already know, one person could be wearing a Bolster set, you get that big shield for the Bolster set. One person could be wearing a shield set, you get a big shield for that shield set. And when you start your turn, they combine to make one massive shield that cannot be removed. So having both sets, this one doesn't really override the shield set. You want to pair people up for the most effect out of it. But even without that, how good is this? Not to mention, just so you know, if somebody comes in on your team that can place a shield, it doesn't combine and become a shield that can't be removed, but it does add a shield on top of your 2 shields that are combined, giving you, it's just shield, right? Shields everywhere.
Engage the idiot shield.
So how good is Bolster? Well, Bruiser has been trying to push and get his Lydia. He has actually had quite a few that he didn't have. 3 stars on stage 21, several where he was still down at like 57 stars, 47 stars. And we have been going through quite literally every single day for about 6 straight days, knocking them things out. And much more important than heroes was one Bolster set. So you only get so much, right? And you're looking for that good gear. We're going to talk about how to cleanse this specific set. Going over these sets individually really helps talk about gear cleansing. We made one good set that had decent resistance, enough speed to get him over 200 speed, and lots of HP, right? Not tons, but again, you only get so much because it only comes out during the Forge Pass. It'll come back around if you haven't gotten decent pieces, so stay tuned looking for that because it is worth doing. We took that one Bolster set, and we put that sucker on Gorgorab, we beat the Undead. We put that sucker on a 550 Broadmaw, we beat the Lizardman. We put that sucker on Caden, we took out the Dark Elves. Like literally every single day we took that same set off, put it on another hero, and protected for 3 rounds. And because it heals, it allowed us to take masteries on these support champions that could do things like soak damage, like Selfless Defender, as well as Bulwark. So we were actually protecting the team even beyond just the initial 3 turns. Absolutely a brilliant set, and it 100% got us through every single faction war we were trying to get through. I mean, of course, you need 5 heroes, and you're going to want a good support hero and all the normal stuff, but it did the job. So before we jump straight into it, let's look at a couple heroes in a Bolster set. And these are not amazing Bolster sets. I mean, you only get so much, right? I'm going to be showing Withered the Crown in a bolster set. She does have good HP. She has decent speed. Not exactly what you would want, and decent resistance. You know, you got to work with what you get, and that's all I've got. But it is enough with a good aura. She's pretty tanky with resistance and HP, and this is going to give us a decent shield with bolster. Another hero that I had so much fun rebuilding. I revisited Miscreated Monster, and these amazing champions that we used to use all the time, and you move on, you get all these champions and you forget about how wonderful they are. So I had a blast rebuilding Miscreated. But this time I'm going for the same thing, bolster set. So I got him as good HP as I can. You know, it's a decent HP pool to work with, but you know, the gear, right? I only have what I have. He's going at a good enough speed to get the job done, and I don't have the means to do a bolster and resistance, so gave him some accuracy for normal content to get those stuns out, maybe hit some nukers in the arena. So those are two heroes that we'll be showing off in a bolster set, and we will be pairing it with a shield set. Real quick on the bolster set, you're looking for HP and speed on almost, he can still be glyphed up, but HP and speed on almost every single piece of gear. When you're trying to figure out what to keep, we're fixing to show a shield set on Mountain King that is made for damage and HP. So there are very few, but there are some heroes that could use damage pieces. But for the most part, you are literally looking for HP, like the pieces that I'm rolling up that I'm interested in, HP and speed. And even though I hit the wrong HP here, I hit the flat stat, it's still good enough because it's such a unique set that I'll probably roll it to 16 and then glyph it up. But you know, the pieces that I'm interested in are going to have a lot of HP or HP and speed on pretty much every single one of these pieces. No matter what we click on, we're looking for this is gone, right? This resistance, but no HP. So we're losing the value of this. You know, I rolled it up. It looks like I even used it for something, but honestly, that's not a good piece. We're wanting to see HP, speed, right? Like this, and resistance for those support champions who are typically going to be the ones you're putting this in. But you're looking for that. If those stats aren't there, or at least one of them, you know, defense is a good stat to put on some of your support heroes, but that's what you're looking for. So we're going to be pairing it up with the shield set. So we're going to bring in a couple of heroes with a shield set. One will be Mountain King, and as I said, this is, you know, not many heroes are going to want to put on a shield or a bolster set and go for damage. But in this case, he's amazing. He has a huge HP base stat to work with. So he is in a damage set of shield. You know, of course, we got to have some attack and we got to have some crit damage, but a lot of HP. So this is going to give us a nice big shield to combine with one of those other heroes. Then we're going to also be using Necret. Now, I used to have Necret over 100 in a better build, but not in a shield set. I pair him so often with Withered that this is enough, right? This is enough. So he's in a shield set, and of course, he needs to be fast, and he needs a lot of HP and resistance, about the same as Withered. That way I can pair them up and work them together. So HP and speed, that's really all you need on the crit, and he's in a shield set as well. So let's jump into what these things can do. So let me jump into arena. I'm probably like low gold right now because I had like a one-man defense in today, but we'll find some of the nastier looking teams and just see how well it protects us against damage, because in the end you're going to build your team, but this gives you the ultimate go second setup to get your team going. So I'm really looking for damage output to show this off. So I think we're going to set up against this team, let them go first. We'll go slow and just kind of show what our team can handle when we're trying to set up and actually soak up damage from Magnar and a ninja. I'm going to bring Brogni along just to kind of show what happens when you add a shield to the already existing bolster set. So we're going to let them beat on us for a minute, and we're going to be totally fine. Totally fine. Here's the start. This is what you start with: an unremovable shield. So as far as us taking damage, we can get debuffed, whatever they want to do. They're going to throw everything they have at you just to get that shield whittled away. So in arena, you got like one easy round to get set up. And now that we're here, we can heal off and cleanse. We can protect. Well, we can go ahead and do this. See if we kill her. If we don't, we'll get to protect someone else. So we'll just take the kill. Now, here we still have the bolster set, right? and we have a small bit still left over here. If we add this on top of it, we still have the bolster, but we now have another shield on top of it. They've got to go through both of those shields. So instead of going crazy, let's take another beating, right? And again, they're fighting through the shields once again. And obviously from here on out, it's done, right? Now we're raising our defense even higher. It just gives you that time to set up your team. And of course, we did take really strong protection heroes, but we purposely went in for somebody who's going to do damage on us. Now let's find like a nastier team. Okay, here we go. We got a lot going on here, and let me switch this up. All right, so we'll let this drag out a minute, right? We're gonna bring our bolster set on Miscreated Monster. Once things get going, now I expect we'll need a cleanse. There's a Hegemon, right? And there's a Solus ready to do big damage. We're not even going to bring somebody to cleanse the buffs that they get. We're just going to fight this out just to kind of show off that using the bolster set gets you set up. Then you get to rocking, right? So once this gets going and we're cleansed, we hope to get some ally protection, maybe a lucky stun or two on their nukers. We hope to do big damage, but this will be a very big shield once you combine the shield set, the bolster set, and just steady cleanses and heals, just so we can kind of watch this play out. So we'll watch the beginning, the initial. You see that nice big shield. We're gonna go ahead and take our licks, right? Now the shield got us through. We go for the cleanse, and now we get to start setting up shop. That's really the whole purpose in this, having the bolster and the shield set. So now we'll go for a couple lucky stuns. Nice. I think we're gonna just, with her being stunned, I think we'll go after Solus. We should be able to take him down here quickly. So we're getting through pretty well, honestly. A little extra control should be coming out now. We just need to get Miscreated's ally protection out. We'll be in pretty good shape now that we got her controlled still, so we don't have to kill her right off the bat. All right. And if we could just get back around to this ally protection, we might be able to hang on by a thread. Just barely. Now we pretty much hit auto and just focus on her now, and it should be just fine. So we left damage dealers out there to deal with. We gave them every advantage in the world, but it didn't outmatch bolster and shield together. It's absolutely a wonderful set. Don't be overlooking it. Now we're not going to sit here and hang out in arena all day. We're going to go some places and show just how thick this bolster shield set is. So Knight's Rev, notoriously known to be difficult. Let me just kind of let the waves play through. We'll go through them quickly, and we will get to the end and show how that bolster set is going to help on the waves. 3 rounds being protected. But when we get to the last boss, we're going to have 3 waves to get set up. When that boss starts hitting, it's going to help. Now, Miscreated Monster, I actually want to talk about him. He's great for getting through these waves. If we're manualing, we probably would save our anyway, we'll be fine. But when you get to the boss, you want to be careful. When his ally protection's up, you don't want to get stolen by the boss, because then when you hit the boss, you're doing damage to Miscreated Monster. But luckily, because he's in the bolster set, we can probably let this auto, because he will heal as he's taking turns. So we're going to attempt to full auto this, even though you want to be careful with Miscreated. He's great for getting through these waves. Those stuns are nice. But then afterwards, again, if they steal that ally protection, you're actually killing your Miscreated as you hit the boss. But the bolster set will help take care of that. And you can't have the shield stolen in the first 3 rounds, which is super better than bringing a shield set, which will just get taken and putting on the boss. So I guess it's going quick enough. We'll see how this works. I know for sure without the bolster set, you would not want to put up ally protection before. Is it this ability? No. Steals all buffs when this ability goes off. So you would basically say when this gets to 2, stop putting up all these buffs. But what we'll do is we'll wait until we have to kill this boss effectively twice. So when it gets down low, we'll make sure that we're not using all these buffs, and we'll just A1, finish it off. It's actually going pretty quick. So right now we're not too awful worried about it. But the next turn, she's going to steal any buffs on us. And we just put up ally protection. So that's something you would want to watch out for. But he will self-heal so well. We might kill the boss without having to worry about the reset. How nice was that? Like, sweet, go Solus. But again, other than the fact that it protects you, sets you up while you're killing those ads and the boss, certainly it can get you through. By the way, if you're wondering, just too much amazingness coming out of Mother Cybele and Bystofus not to use them, locking people out. I have a stun set on my Skull Crown. He's just a damage dealer, and then miscreated it. Well, you saw his build. If you're struggling, because Knight's Rev can actually be one of the harder ones to beat. But anyways, they just figured we would show how great that bolster set is setting up the beginning. Just, you don't have to worry about damage, and whoever it's on is going to heal up every time they take a turn. So if you get them over 200 speed, they're going to stay pretty healthy, even if they're taking some hits. We don't have to drag it on. It's that good. It's that good. Wherever you're struggling, what, a boss? Jump in on a Doom Tower boss. What, Griffin hits pretty hard, right? Let me set something up just to show off this set. Now, it's only going to work for 3 rounds, but after that, you're still healing up. So I don't think we're going to take Miscreated in on the Griffin, right? You get the idea. You could have a whole team in this stuff if you had enough, and they would all be super, super solid. But again, the shield is only going to protect you for 3 rounds while you set up your team. I hope you're not overlooking it when those forge passes come around. It's totally worth it for some of the gear that we're getting out of it now. Basically, if you want to cleanse it, you're looking for HP and speed or really high rolls in one or the other. Mixing in defense is fine, possibly accuracy and resistance, but all the other stuff, it's just really not for that set. You're looking for the protection numbers, survivability stats, and speed, right? High HP, high speed, that's really what you're wanting. Maybe some good resistance pieces and or accuracy depending on your heroes. Let me know what you think about Bolster. Have you been skipping out on it? Because it's stupid good, I promise you. Has it saved the day? If you haven't thought about Faction Wars, it can change everything. Until next time, enjoy the grind.